how to fold a right triangular prism from a standard sheet of US letter paper. You're going to begin by folding the sheet in half. Unfold completely. Fold the bottom edge to meet the middle of the sheet with the line you just previously folded. You're going to make this edge meet this line and just pinch at one corner. So we bring it up, roll it up to the edge, make sure you're right on the end there, and then you're going to form a little pinch right there. Unfold and do the same thing on the other side. Turn the paper, unfold completely, turn the paper sideways. Use that guide as a point. Notice where the two lines meet, actually three lines meet. You use that point to fold an edge over. It will not quite meet the other point. Do the same thing on the other side. We're going to use this point here as a guide for where the line should occur. Next, we're going to fold a diagonal across this square. You notice there are two squares here and two squares here. These surfaces are not square. More on that later. We want to begin by turning the sheet over and folding a diagonal from there to there. You're going to make this line meet that line and fold across just the square. Do the same thing on the other corner. Fold just across the square. We're going to turn the sheet over and we're going to have a line that is in the same direction on the first square. You notice that I'm on the other side of the paper. The line is going to be from here to here across the other square and from here to here across the other square. We find the intersection of the lines, fold that over so the lines meet along this edge and along this edge. We can fold the diagonal right there. We repeat the same thing on the other side. Fold the diagonal. Make sure the lines meet. There. We turn the paper over and we begin to shape our prism. We begin by shaping the bottom. That forms the bottom of the prism. Then we begin to form the sides. This forms the side of the prism. This forms the side of the prism. The next fold is an optional fold. It makes the inside of the fold a little bit neater, but actually you can do it without this fold. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this diagonal fold meet this line right here. So it completes the edge of the prism. On the inside, I'm going to make a crease so that the paper on the bottom sits flat. Notice how it meets on the edge, how on the inside the paper sits flat. Repeat that process on the other side. Make this line, the bottom of the prism, meet the other paper. Reach inside and fold this line flat. Now we bring these two edges together. The prism begins to take shape. We refold the previous folds. You notice that we have a fairly nicely shaped prism with an additional flap. We bring the flap up and around, making sure that it meets the corner, and we give it a little bit of a pinch across the bottom. We are almost complete now. The last step is to tuck this flap inside the first layer. Tuck it inside the first layer. You might start by putting both ends in. And working the paper in. Reshape the paper, and you have the completed prism. Right triangular prism. You should note that these edges are not square. They're a rectangle.